All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Let's bring in another sponsor of the Buzz, CD Simonian. Albert, how's it going?
Chuck,
nice to see you, buddy.
all right.
Now, Albert has on his bike helmet today because we were talking yesterday and you told me that there's such thing as bicycle insurance. I had no idea.
Absolutely, Chuck. Absolutely.
How does it work?
Well, a lot of people, especially now, the weather is beautiful. They say, I want to do some bike riding. And a lot of people assume that their bike is completely covered under maybe their homeowners or their renter's insurance policy. And yes and no. You do have some coverage.
It's covered if it gets stolen out of the garage.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You do come across a lot of situations where you do not have coverage. Let's say, for example, you bought a $400 bike at Walmart and you have a $500 deductible on your homeowners and it got stolen. Well, you're not going to get any money back.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Exactly. But, nowadays there's more and more companies that they do offer bicycle insurance. And they have a lot more coverages, where there's a much lower deductible. There's also coverage for apparel or equipment, or accessories that you might have for your bicycle, something that you're not covered under your normal homeowner's policy. There's also coverage in case you get in an accident and you get hurt, and there's medical coverage. Wow. So it's pretty cool.
I can't imagine that you're selling a lot of this.
Well, you know what? It's pretty new right now, and a lot of people don't know much about it. So we are kind of like educating our customers on it. And one of the selling tools that we like to utilize here to offer to customers, explain to them the difference between their normal homeowners or renters and getting a separate policy. Now, of course, you do have people out there that they spend some money on their bikes.
We had a guy in here last week from Fulton Cycle Works, so the owners, $4,000 bike.
Exactly. And here's the thing, many policies, when they insure it, if you add it on your homeowners, many of them only insure it for what's called actual cash value, which means that at the time...
Not what you paid for it, what it's worth now.
What is valued now. And so if you have a bike that you paid $3,000 a few years ago and now it's worth $500, that's all you're going to get. But then when you get a standalone policy for it, they're going to base it on the replacement cost. What is it going to cost to replace that bike today? And maybe the bike that you lost, they don't manufacture that particular model anymore, but then there's an upgrade to it or something very similar to it, and then you can get the full value of it. And one thing that's very important is that many of these people that buy the more expensive bikes, they like to get involved into maybe some kind of biking activities, and maybe they sign up for something and they paid to be in this event and something happens to their bike. Well, on the policy, they can actually get reimbursed for whatever fees they paid for that competition or event. So it's actually pretty cool.
What does it cost?
Well, depending on the amount, you can get as low as $100 a year.
Wow.
For a policy like that.
$8 a month.
Exactly. And the nice thing about it is that if you get involved and the bicycle is damaged, you can get coverage for that, even if it gets involved. Let's say, for example, someone hits you on the hit and run, or someone who has no insurance. Well, those type of policies are going to protect you for that.
Wow.
Yeah, and medical insurance, for example, unless you have a medical, like a health plan, if you're bike riding and you get hurt, you get coverage for that as well. So it's really cool.
Is this the same as other insurance? You piggyback with another policy and you get it cheaper?
Actually, there's two ways of doing it. More insurance companies do add riders or endorsement to an existing policy, or you have those additional coverages. There are some companies that you can add it and the deductible doesn't apply. So even if your homeowner's deductible is $500 or $1,000, maybe on the endorsement you have zero deductible for the bicycle, or you can get a standalone policy. And what I'm amazed at, the more and more companies that are offering it, because a lot of people, especially in California, they're health conscious and they're doing a lot of bike riding. And again, some people spend some major dollars on some bikes.
No
Oh, yeah,
doubt.
absolutely.
Okay, all my biking buddies out there that don't have bicycle insurance, give Albert a call. What's the phone number, bud?
They can reach me at 559-834-5333. And I'll give them a nice, cool helmet like this one, huh? Don't I look fast? I look aerodynamic.
Wait a second. If they get a bicycle policy through you, you'll give them a
I'll
helmet
buy them
like
a helmet.
that?
Yeah, you got it.
There you go.
All
Albert
righty.
Rivera, thank you. Call
All right,
Albert,
Chuck.
Albert up at CD Simonian Insurance. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the buzz.